The newest Minecraft structure is called the Trails Ruins, and it looks like this. Alright, it's underground. So this is how the structure looks like in its entire form, and the question is, what did it look like before it was a ruin? So we have the main structure with an interesting shape, hold up, and some other smaller buildings, and they are all connected with a stone path. Before restoring everything, we need to discuss how Mojang must have built this, and I have two theories. The first one is based on a structure like an house, and it got buried and forgotten over time, year after year after year. Damn, that was deep. The second theory is a bunker, like they already made the structures underground since the beginning of time, and things started collapsing when they got lost. Now it's time to rebuild it. The first thing that we need to do is to remove very carefully all the sand, gravel and dirt, and with this we can already get an initial view of it. Now we can see that all the buildings are very colorful. Maybe Mojang is supporting the LGBT+ community? I'm so glad that I don't have Twitter. But with this view we can do an initial planning. So we have the main tower with a room in each side, and one of the rooms have a smaller section that might be, for example, a smaller storage area. After that we have a main path that connects to the other buildings. One of those is a very interesting one because it divides in 4 sections. We have the grey area, the yellow area, the brick area and another grey area. Because of the bricks, I think this was probably a big furnace area, or for example a weaponsmith house or something like that. The other structure is a simple small weird house, and the colors remember me of McDonald's. Maybe they had one. It's everywhere, just like a virus. And last but not least, we have the outside structures, and I have no idea what was their purpose. Look at that! What is this? It's so weird. Now that we got the planning, it's time to restore the building, and it's not going to be easy because everything is really confusing and a mess. But at least we know that the blocks on the inside of the buildings belong to a roof because it's pretty obvious. Yo, wait, how does this block work? The first thing that I restored was the tower, and it was very easy because there is 4 sides and they are all symmetrical. The next one was this weird room that has a shape of a potato, and it was a little harder because it is a mess, but not impossible. After that room I restored the small storage area, and it was really easy and the colors don't look that bad on this one. The next room was probably one of the hardest because the shape didn't make any sense. Also, there was a ladder, which means this old civilization had access to wood, and you will see later in the video why that detail is very important. Now that we restored the main structures, it's time for the other ones. So the mech cave was a nice challenge because the shape was like an egg. Okay, I know this doesn't look great, but I will leave this for now. And I'm still very confused, what the heck is this supposed to be? And last but not least, let's restore the brick house. This one was definitely the hardest, like the shape didn't make sense either. That is weird. Now that we got all the houses complete, it's time to talk about my theories again. If you notice, the majority of the buildings have their corners like this, and this could mean multiple things. The first thing is that when we build things underground, we normally forget to fill that corner like this, and that can make that round edge effect. So this supports the boring bunker theory. Also, another thing that supports this theory is the colors, like the houses look very ugly from the outside, but from the inside they actually look interesting. Like they didn't care about the outside because they didn't have one. But now it's time for a more interesting theory. So the gap could also belong to the place where wood existed, and we know they had access to it because of the ladders that we found before. The theory is that houses look like the ones that we found in the village, and the wood disappeared over time because it's an organic material leaving that gap. The bunker theory makes more sense, but the house theory is a lot cooler, so let's make that one. I started by filling that corner with oak logs in every house, and it made sense. After that it was time to make a normal village roof, and that made a big change. But there was a problem. In some of the houses the corners were not that simple, making the roof shape weird. But obviously I tried to do something cool, and in some cases it worked like this. In the main tower I also tried to add something because I think this is the worst looking structure on this village, let's be honest. Alright, it's better, but it's still awful. The potato room looked weird from the front view, and I couldn't fix it, so I placed a tree in front of it. I'm a genius. Now it's time for the furnace house. This one took a while, but at the end I was happy with the result. Alright, this is starting to look like a messy village, which is perfect, but it's still missing something in the potato room. Oh yeah, and let's not forget about the mech cave, but that building doesn't matter. While I was reviewing the footage, I noticed that the potato room had much more dirt and sand than the others. Maybe it was really a farm, so I decided to make a potato farm on top of it, and it made the village a little better. But now let's have a small showcase. So we have the main tower with a room on each side. The first one is the potato room and the other is something with a small storage and access to the roof. Pretty cool. Also we have the furnace house with the brick area, and there is a secondary part that also has access to the roof. The annoying villagers are already moving in and talking about conspiracy against me. Wait, what? And we have the mech cave, just a boring building. But this village started looking like something. It's just missing the interiors that I am definitely going to make. 100%. I am so sure about it. Why am I being so specific? That's starting to look sus. But I am definitely going to make